Okay, so I've been watching this show called Pam and Tommy on Hulu, and it's about Tommy Lee, the drummer for Motley Crue, and Pamela Anderson. Basically, all revolves around this guy called Rand, and he's played by Seth Rogen. So Rand, this is in the late 90s, was a carpentry. He was building a bed or some kind of thing for Tommy Lee's mansion, and a bunch of stuff happened, and Tommy Lee didn't pay the guy and kicked him off his property and stole his tools, and so Tommy Lee basically screwed Rand out of $10,000 or $12,000. So Rand is kind of like a guru, a karma guy, whatever that is, and so he comes up with a plan to steal Tommy Lee's safe. So he goes there and he knows all the ways to get into Tommy Lee's mansion. So he goes in there, steals the safe, and his other friend that Tommy Lee didn't pay, they break it open, and he's selling all of the stuff inside the safe. It's like guns and all this memorabilia and things. And then the last thing he comes on is, I think it's a beta tape, and it's a tape of Tommy Lee and Pamela Anderson on vacation, like the first sex tape, I guess. And so what he does is, his friend is a porn producer, and he goes to his friend, and they try to go to all these producer labels, but they won't do it because they didn't sign a release. So then basically it wasn't amounting to anything, and the Rand guy, he tries to find a plumbing part for his soon-to-be ex-wife because he's trying to impress her, and he's calling all over the place and he can't find it. So he finally finds this place in Ohio. The plumber parts store says they're getting all kinds of business on the World Wide Web. So a light bulb goes off in Rand's head, so he has an idea to do the thing on the World Wide Web and sell the tape he stole from Tommy Lee that way. And so then they start doing it that way, and the only people they get funded from was the mafia. And so it starts going good at first, and they start making all this money off selling it off the World Wide Web with the dial-up, back in the 90s, it was super slow, but it was like groundbreaking. It's like what Amazon does now. Like nobody has done it before. And what happens was everybody starts bootlegging it. Tommy Lee sends Hell's Angels after Rand, and then all this crazy stuff happens, and then the producer that's in charge of all the money, like the biker guys are like raiding their houses, so he goes to Amsterdam and takes all the money, and then Rand is left behind, and he's in this situation like it's a perfect Seth Rogen role, and he has to do all this other stuff, and then the mafia comes after him. Out of the whole show, the only person I feel bad for was Pamela Anderson. Like, she was innocent in the whole thing. Like, I guess she got noticed at a Canadian football game or something, and then that started her career, and she just ended up marrying Tommy Lee. Okay, so where are the shows at now? Pam and Tommy are suing all these big media companies for making money off of their private tape. And Rand, the original guy that stole the video from Tommy Lee's mansion for compository damages, is trying to hide out. While his partner, the movie producer, took all their money that they made off this video and distributed it off the World Wide Web and left the country for Europe. And now Rand obviously doesn't have the original $50,000 they borrowed from the loan shark mafia guys to fund their operation. And Rand is like some kind of indentured service to this crime organization now. While everyone else, like newspapers and media companies and TV places, are making all this revenue from the bootleg copies of this tape that's been in circulation for quite some time now. So we'll have to see like if Rand can pull himself out of this situation he's got himself into, and like what happens to Pam and Tommy from all this bad media attention. And so the show, yeah, it's one of those things like Fargo, like you can't believe this actually happened, and how they portray it on screen is really good, and it like keeps you involved the entire time. It's on FX and streaming on Hulu is where you can find it.